Andrew, last game of the year, is there a mix of excitement? What's the feeling like going into it?
Yeah, there is. It's been a long, challenging year, but I've sort of. It doesn't feel like it's the end of this year. As challenging as the year's been, I want to keep going. I love the competition. Love trying to get up each week to try and win games of footy. So we got ourselves an opportunity to win this week, and the Swans have been in pretty good form. I think they've won for 6 of the last 7 or something like that. So they're certainly in good form. But it's an opportunity we think we can get after this game.
The last game of the year, is there any chance we're going to see a debutant or two?
Yeah, potentially, but like all year, we'll just do it on form and who can help our team win. So there'll be certainly no one being gifted a game just because it's the last game of the year. I don't believe in that, but if somebody's ready, then we'll pick them.
Is Grego ready?
He's one of the few on our list that hasn't played. So he played well last week. He had a good game of footy, and we'll just work through training today. It's obviously hard. We do match committee this afternoon, so we'll see.
So you want to keep going. What can you do with the guys, I guess, to set expectations for the off-season and get all that in order?
Yeah, so we've already started some conversations around that, what the off-season looks like. We're under no illusion that we have to come back better than we've finished this year. And that'll be important for us that when we turn up to our day one of pre-season, we're in better condition than we are and we're more advanced than we are. So we've started our conversations around that and the players are totally invested in it.
What's needed, do you think, for this group to come back better?
Look, a little bit of just natural progression. That's where we're at. But that has to be with hard work. It's just clear that we need to work really hard. We need to improve all parts of our game, our program. We'll do a thorough review over the next few weeks and keep finding ways to improve.
Have you got a view on, I guess, access to players over pre-season, the amount of training they can do, and I guess with a young group, what you would ideally like?
Yeah, it's a real challenge within our game. There's more time off for the players than there's ever been, and it's a challenge with young players. I went through it myself as a young player. You don't know how to train that well by yourself in the off-season. So, look, it is what it is, and every club's going through the same thing. We've just got to ensure we educate as best we can before they go on leave, and then that hope that each player takes control of their own destiny and their own career, and they work in their groups over the program. We want them to have a break as well. Like, footy's really hard. It goes for a long time, a long period of the year. So you've got to have a mental refresh, but there's a big onus on the players now to come back in good condition.
Andrew, a bit of talk around Liam Ryan this week. I know you, as a club, have said he's a required player. There is this go like that he should be on the move. Do you see Liam being at the club next year at this stage? Yeah,
I do. Liam's a contracted player. He's an important player for us. So, I think if you read every article about player movement this time of the year, there's 500 players changing clubs, which we know doesn't end up happening like that. There's always good players like Liam's. They attract interest from other clubs, which we understand. So, Liam will be with us next year.
Oscar Allen has also said on radio this morning that contract talks have broken down between himself and the club. What's your read on that situation at the moment?
Yeah, we've been in constant dialogue with Oscar and his management all year. So we're still working through it. He's a restricted free agent. We understand the position of where that lies within the industry, but we see Oscar as a required player.
But for you to say that contract talks have broken down is quite alarming. When you say that, it sounds more like it's going up that he's going to leave. Is that how you're reading it?
Oh, I haven't heard the comments, so I probably can't speak exactly to them. But as I said, we've got a list management team. We're in constant dialogue, and we'll work through that.
Do you think the club's done enough to try and keep Oscar at the club?
Yeah, we've worked really hard this year. We've been in, as I said, I'll keep saying it, we've been in constant dialogue. We're not going to play anything out publicly. That's not the way we're going to operate as a football club. So we've got really good people in place working through that, and it'll take care of itself.
Has free agency compensations clouded negotiations with Oscar?
Not that I'm aware of.
And do you have a view on free agency, whether it's helping clubs down the bottom end of the ladder? It feels like a lot of good players go to top-end clubs.
Yeah, well, that's what has happened. So that's just the evidence of the players that have moved in free agency have moved from bottom clubs to top clubs. So I know it's a work in progress with the AFL. That wasn't what it was designed to be. But I think all of the player movement that have happened over the years through it has been from bottom clubs to top clubs.
There's a lot of fans out there who they seem to think that they love Oscar Allen, but they think for his career personally, he would be better off elsewhere, and they think for West Coast, compensation that you guys would get would be like a win-win situation. I'm just curious to get your opinion and thoughts on that scenario?
Yeah, I'm not going to speculate to it because it was sort of, as I said, Oscar's a required player at our football club. We're working closely with his management, and hopefully he'll be here for many years to come.
How hard is it when it's your co-captain as well?
It's the nature of the industry. We understand it. It's where it's going. It's what's happening. Yeah, that's where it is.
What's pleased you most about Campbell Chess's before he's really taken his chance the last few weeks?
Yeah, he has, and I think it's a real credit to Campbell. I spoke to him the other day about how difficult a position it is when you're a player that's out of contract and you haven't had much opportunity. It comes with a lot of, you need a lot of grit to be able to put your focus towards what's important, and he's done a great job of that. And I think we've all seen the last 3 weeks what we were hoping we would see from Campbell as a player, and he's got a really exciting future with our football club.
I understand the contract talks have started with him. Is that on the back of the form that he showed in the last 3 weeks?
It's just been a challenge for Chess to play consistent footy over his time at the football club. So he's had some rotten luck with injury, and he's had a great run at it this year, driven by him. He's trained really hard. He's got himself in good condition. He's had a bit of luck with his body, which he needed, and we're seeing he's reaping the benefits of that now.
How are you bracing yourself? I know obviously this week's first, but then next week you've got exit meetings and some decisions to make and some tough conversations to have as a first-time full-time coach. How are you bracing for that?
Yeah, it's just planning that. I've sort of seen it every year at football clubs. I've been involved in footy for a long time, so I've seen it happen for a long time. I understand that that's the nature of our game, and that's what happens. So we'll have every exit interview in the most respectful way possible with the plan to get everyone better.
Just on Chess's, I guess, footy attributes, his speed, his skill, what is it about him that's going to be important for you to have this interview?
Yeah, probably the thing that has stood out to me the last 3 weeks is his running power. He's an incredible athlete. And I think even last week he had 10 contested possessions, really building his game in that as well. So he's physically as gifted as anyone on our list. And you're seeing some of his football attributes come out as well over the last few weeks with his run and carry and toughness over the football.
When he first came to the club, his work ethic, there were lots of questions about that. I know you weren't there at that time. What's it like now in terms of his dedication, his work ethic, things like that?
Yeah, that surprises me because I haven't seen that at all. So if that's been the case, then he's done a great job in turning it around because I can only speak highly of Chess's work ethic, and he spoke openly about he wanted to train more at the start of the year. He's had some challenges with how much he was able to train, and he pushed himself to be able to train more, and now he's reaping the reward of that.